Susie Wizards, and welcome back to the pursuit of happiness with me, Pigtail Girl, your friend and fellow traveller. I hope you're all well today. Got my little tarot here. It is getting towards Meowloween, and it is a very intense time at this time, as you all know. And I'm kind of winging it a bit on this show. There's a few things I kind of want to talk about, but nothing really in particular. But I just want to connect you guys because got my tea here. We just uploaded, me and Starfire just uploaded a new Time Chronicles episode that I do recommend you get over and watch or listen to and watch and see some of the amazing evidence that we have of time shifts caught on camera, and have a little slurp of my tea. But in that show, Starfire is giving out a warning, and I do recommend you all stick to it, is that this Halloween you need to add extra protection. If you're doing any kind of ritual or prayer or meditation, make sure to put a very solid protection around yourself this weekend and set your intention that your energy is only for you and only to be used for you, and you do not give permission for anyone else to siphon your energy off, and make sure you put that strong protective barrier around you. Now, because as we are trying to open up as humanity and we're trying to connect, a lot of humans, they're into this idea of openness, and of course I am too, one love, right? I'm also into an open of this one connectivity, but because we're not living in pure waters yet, where, you know, every fish in the sea you're going to meet is a lovely fish that you're just going to have wonderful adventures with, you know, within that oneness, even though we are moving towards it, you also have to be very aware of protection and things like casting circles. Because I know some people join the OWOL group and they think that our rules are a bit strict, or, you know, and I know it hurts people's feelings sometimes if they feel restricted. But some practices are there for your protection, like keeping stuff only in the group, understanding what it is to create a sacred safe space in a sea of swamp, right? Let's get real here, guys. We're still living in a sea of swamp. Just saying, oh, I'm protected by God, I believe in God, I'm in the fifth dimension, I'm all protected, that's all well and good. But unless you actually put some form of protection around you that you know makes you invisible or tasteless to astral entities and people doing rituals, then I suggest you buckle up your game, because we haven't reached that zone within the waters yet to be able to do things without protection. And within the one, it's good to have boundaries, barriers, protection, you know, self-care, and being strong in yourself and your own sovereignty. It's okay to work in groups where you seclude your energy away from others, and actually very wise to do so. It's nothing sinister about that. It's just smart. It's like, you know, there's some things where it's nice to have everyone there, and there's some things where it's nice to keep it private and personal and to yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm just going to get my tarot out here so I can just shuffle them a bit. But another thing that I was astonished by the other day, I was just looking through the internet. I was researching something in history about gay rights, actually, in a certain country. And I was just trying to read something historical about some laws and some rights that were changed. And as I was searching, I ended up on this website. And now I hadn't noticed the name of the website at this time, and I was just reading it. And oh my God, it didn't take me long to realise I was on a lefty website, and what I call extreme left, not a middle of the road left, but extreme left. And it was called greenleft.something, the website. And oh my God, their agenda that this lady's just talking about on that website was shocking. They believe that homophobia and the attacks on gay people are there because of the traditional family unit. And we'll only get rid of homophobia when we dismantle the traditional family unit, which leads to homophobia. This was their premise, their argument, the idea that traditional family homes create homophobia, basically, or transphobia, or whatever phobia you want to look at. Now, of course, that's utter rubbish, right? I grew up in a traditional family, and there was no homophobia in my house. What leads to homophobia are cultural things and religion, and religious beliefs. If anything, it was the church that led people into homophobia, because before we had the Abrahamic religions, there wasn't really that much homophobia, because in Rome they were just having wild orgies. And I think pretty much, I mean, they were even doing it with animals and stuff. You know, back in the day, it was pretty cray-cray, the sexuality for a while on this planet. And we know that, right? So, yeah, but I suppose I was just shocked to see their manifesto of what they were literally saying, that they plan as a socialist group to destroy the traditional family unit. And part of that is getting the woman out of the home and able to be financially secure away from the husband, and sometimes to get the husband, you know, swapping up the gender roles. It was all of their in their manifesto, and they think doing all this, all these crazy ones that are all for that and have all gone militant and extreme, it's because they're being told that these people that are against them are against them because of traditional family units. How shocking and dangerous was that? Oh my goodness. Yeah, that really disturbed my brain when I read that on that website. I mean, this is what we're talking about, extreme left at the moment. It's gone crazy. And as a healer, I can tell you that what they're saying is just not true. There's many reasons for many things to exist, and the traditional family unit is certainly not responsible. If it was a functional traditional family unit, you see, what really breaks down society is that society's sick due to dysfunctional families leading to dysfunctional social units, and having a dysfunctional government. So there's all this dysfunction there, and that's really the problem. That's where all the problems come from, are all these distortions and dysfunctions. And it just seems, it's scary to think how such ignorant people can get into positions of power and just say things that just aren't based in any fact or truth at all, and then get people who feel victimised or down to follow what they're saying, like some kind of thread of hope, right? Wow, so that was a bit shocking. But yeah, getting back to Halloween, protect yourself during your rituals. Protect yourself, because there's a lot of this minion desperate energy around. Do get out of the victim-aggressor cycle. This has also been on my mind. Everywhere I look, I still see people stuck in this victim-aggressor mindset. And this is one of the tools of the DMA. This is one of the tools of evil, to keep us in the victim-aggressor, because every victim needs an aggressor and every aggressor needs a victim. You can't have one without the other. So they have to be in supply. So anyone putting you into victimhood is not your friend. And feeling like a victim, calling yourself a victim, is only going to deplete you, and you'll have no power. And if you're aggressor as well, it's going to deplete you. It will give you a momentary energy of taking it from someone else, but then it depletes you and you have to do it again. So it's a very unempowered cycle, the victim-aggressor cycle. It's very parasitical, again, feeding that DMA energy. It's always going to be vampiric, you know, parasitical in its ways, because, you know, the seed bears the fruit, right? So all of these things are coming from one systemic energy, the DMA, that's affecting everything. So do be aware. Think about yourself. If you feel like a victim, if you've got a poor me syndrome, a poor me story that started in your childhood and then you went through your life and it became who you were, a bit of your identity, this whole poor me, I'm a victim, is a very dangerous, very toxic energetic for anyone. And I do have a subliminal on my Subliminal Junkie channel that deals with the victim-aggressor cycle specifically for that. But this is this victim-aggressor tool, man. I mean, I talk about stuff on this channel and sometimes people might not really understand the importance of what it is I'm talking about, because maybe they're triggered or they're injured. Oh, interesting. The Hanged Man just flew out. I think this is telling people to chill out this Halloween. This is what I feel from this. Like the Hanged Man, it's saying, take a break to see in between what's going on. Don't be too active in what you're doing, you know, in your rituals or your partying this Halloween. Be aware and be contained and have some protection. It's like, Hangman, you've got to see things from another perspective. Maybe there's things you're starting to see, and if you just take that break, you might have a breakthrough in what is going to be revealed to you over this Halloween, because we've got this dark energy going on this Halloween, trying to thrive and get to itself where it wants to be. But unfortunately, we've done for it, not unfortunate for us, unfortunate for it, we've done the OWOL group mission now, and we've got the protective barriers back up there. So we've diminished the DMA influence. But, you know, when you start cutting anything's food source off, maybe at first it doesn't realise, and then it starts to get a bit upset and a bit angry. And but then it comes it kind of starves and disappears after a while, shrivels up and just like falls off like a wart. So, you know, a lot of victory has been sown this October. But this Halloween, it's a good time to just reflect. Try to see things from a different perspective, you know, see between the spiritual and the material and all that's in between it. You know, look inward, just work on self. You don't need to be outward this Halloween, you know. Obviously, if we're doing the OWOL group, we're still doing that mission, but our mission is highly protected. That's why it's all contained in one group, just so you know. So this is the next card I'm just picking up here. We've got the Two of Pentacles. So this is about, again, it's about the two polarities. Here is the up and the down, the right and the blue. It's the battle between the dualities. And this is a little bit, again, like the victim-aggressor cycle. There's all these, you know, pushing and pulling cycles that can lead us into trauma, drama, and crisis, these cycles. But this is saying that, you know, difficult decisions are going to have to be made. There's two energies trying to compete. And, you know, you're going to have to make choices and look at things, I think, that about yourself, about your life, about the world, maybe that you didn't want to see. And, you know, all these things are represented in the outer world and the inner world. And it's about making difficult choices. And it can also mean that it's a good time to delay things, to look at all the different sides. It's a good time to pause when you're looking at different sides of a story. It's not wise to act too quickly when you're trying to look at different sides of a coin. It's always good to be patient and take your time. This is what I'm feeling. Take your time. Let's see what the next card says. Oh yeah, you see, there's going to be sorrow. People are going to be upset. Their heart's broken. Their plans didn't go the way they thought they would go. People's relationships might be breaking up, that they don't see eye to eye. This is like people not seeing eye to eye, hearts feeling broken. And this goes well in the having to make the difficult choices can lead to heartbreak. It can lead to people being upset with each other. People getting annoyed, the Three of Swords, you know, difficulties, sorrow that affects the heart mainly. And for some people, they may deserve that sorrow. And for some people, maybe they don't deserve that sorrow. It might be something that they have to grieve. But for some people, it could be that their plans didn't quite go the way they wanted them to go, and that would make you sad and break your heart if you'd been planning for thousands of years for something to work out and then it didn't. Shame. Oh yeah, look, there's definitely some people that are going to be very upset and worried and disappointed and just feeling a sense of failure. A big sense of failure. So we've got Hanged Man, Two of Pentacles, Three of Swords, Five of Pentacles. You know, people are really trying to manipulate people in the earth realm right now. And this is leaving people sad and unhappy. You know, some people might have been jumping through all those hoops that you put there for them, but they're still left with nothing. And that nothing is turning into even less as we speak. And people are upset. People are disappointed, and this is a big feeling that's around this Meowloween. So I'm going to take this final card and see what it has to say. But yeah, there's a big change coming, a big change, and whenever there's change, it leads to high emotions. Change is emotional for people. This is why people put off change, even when it's a positive change. You can still put it off sometimes, like starting to go to the gym when you know you have to go to the gym and exercise. Even though you know it's good for you, and when you start you're going to enjoy it, it can be difficult and you can put it off. Aha, you see? The Magician. So it's interesting the way these cards are. I'm just going to actually scan it across. Like, just look at the story here. And what were we saying in the podcast with Starfire about the dark magicians this Halloween are running out of their steam? The sorcerers, should we say, and how you shouldn't get involved with the rituals this could also be like, you don't want to give your energy, this energy to this ritual here. This is what they want. They want this energy because they funnel it into this energy during Halloween. And, you know, what we want is this energy to be the energy that goes here for, I mean, not your energy going to feed the ritual, but for this dark sorcerer to be feeling disappointed and sorrow for their plans not coming together, and for having had us look at things from a different perspective. So we could apply these things to, you know, I'm just going to turn my screen around. We could apply these cards personally. We can apply these cards globally. And let me check. Is this the card for the dark sorcery this Halloween? Yeah, it is. Is it representing good magic? No, this card is, these are warning you. These cards are warning you about the dark sorcery. That's what I'm picking up. Stay out of it. Put protection up. Put your orb of light around yourself, because the astral entities and such don't like it when you're a glitter ball on the astral. It confuses them. So do put your protection up. I'm putting it around my whole family because my daughter will be going to a party, but I'm not dressing her up in a spooky costume. She's going in her normal onesie that she likes, her cuddly cute onesie that she always wears. So we're being very careful what we're doing this Halloween. And I felt like there was this one last card. This is it. I saw it wanted to come out. It was right there on the bottom looking at me. It's the fight for the world, and it's coming to a fruition. This is it's the battle for planet Earth really going on right now. And luckily though, the victory has been sown in October for the good guys. Good, you know, the people that don't want to destroy everything and who actually want to play nice and sharies and generally get on with people. Doesn't mean we have to be super, you know, perfect beings, but just we're not CUNTs, if you get my drift. That's a word I say for only very special types of minions. And this would be one such minion. So, yeah, I mean, this is really what October's been all about. There are certain things that are being pushed, that are getting pushed back against. And, yeah, it's going to be a lot of pushing between the two different polarities. One pro-life, one anti-life on this planet right now. So heed the words I speak here. Be careful of one's rituals this Halloween. Be careful what you partake in. Be careful what you put your energies into. And yeah, I guess I'm going to see you in the OWOL group. To my wizards out there, the ones rebuilding the protective force field for planet Earth. The very group that is keeping that DMA energy out and blocking this force this Halloween. So thank you if you bothered to show up and do that with us, because I mean, you might have just been a part of something that literally saved everyone's bacon, quite literally. So yay team OWOL. And did I have anything else I wanted to, now I've got you all here that I wanted to speak to you about, just having my tea. Yeah, really important point just before I go, to really think about that victim-aggressor cycle, and how the victim, once you're in that mode, just will then attract the people that will treat you make you feel like a victim over and over again. So whatever role you put yourself in is what the universe starts to draw those experiences to you. So be aware of that, and the same for the aggressor. The aggressor will magnetize victims to themselves, and the victim will magnetize aggressors to themselves, and lots of drama. How you know those things apply to you is that you'll just have this continuous drama in your life, you know. It'll be one drama after another, basically. So some things to just think about this Halloween. Do go over to the Time Chronicles, have a look-see. If you want to donate to my channel, please do through the PayPal link. And if you want to book some sessions or tarot with me, you can go to the Calendly links in the description box. And thank you so much, you guys. Have a great weekend. And or if you see this in the future, have a great day. And I will see you on the next episode of The Pursuit of Happiness. Ooh.